Are you a victim of domestic violence? Since 2013, From Ordinary to Extraordinary has helped over 3,000 women, and we want to continue to rebuild the community with one family at a time. Please make a donation or sign up for volunteer opportunities today at imfote.org. No matter how you choose to get involved, know that every bit counts. From Ordinary to Extraordinary is a 501c3 nonprofit organization designed to empower women and girls that have experienced domestic violence.
Michael Shawn and the Takeover legend, where the truth hurts, but also makes you laugh.
Baby, tap in. Tap, tap, tap in.
Don't never stop if you want to be on top. Yeah.
Low waist, fat, baby, tap in.
Oh, I'm going to tap in for sure.
Tap, tap, tap in.
We done made it. 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 Yeah, I was waiting for that picture to come in. We done made it to another Friday. Yes, we have. Michael Shawn, Shawnee Scott. We are the Takeover legends, but it's just Michael Shawn and Shawnee Scott for the last 2 days. It's just us. It's just us. It's just, you know what? It's just sometimes God has a plan. Sometimes God has a plan, and God just decides, you know, we're going to eliminate 2 squares for a little bit. And, you know, Johnny come to his senses, you know, it's a Friday, you know.
Okay. It's Friday.
Maybe God, you know, you trying to fight God now, right now. God trying to walk you down a path, and so you fighting. You sometimes you got to let it go. You got to let it go and just go with the flow. Like, I know you scared.
What am I fighting God on? No.
I know you scared. I know you've been through a lot in relationships and stuff like that, but you ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like, you'll be safe with me. You'll be safe. Don't worry about it.
Okay. All right, Pastor Michael Shawn.
From the church of anybody can get it. You'll be safe with me. Let me tell y'all something. We did it today. And I was about to congratulate and tell, well, give us a round of applause if you can get, I know. Oh, and Jay Black is here. Wait a second. I was about to discount it. I was about to discount it. And we don't have to discount it now. What I was about to say is, I told y'all we would start at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 6 a.m. Central Standard Time. We would be on time.
Mm-hmm.
But I was gonna take points off because the team wasn't here. But because Jay Black is here, we're still missing Mo. But because
more,
3 out of 4,
54. Yes, correct.
3 out of 4 are here. That means this is an absolute success.
We can go on tour.
Clap it up one more time. This is a success. We have done it. We are back on time. We are back on time. Now, for those who don't know, when Shawnee hits them claps, sometimes there'll be a little delay, but that's because you got to change screens. We don't have the screen where everything is just on it. She can just like boop, 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 boop. No, she got to switch screens. She got to put in a password, and then she got to put a fingerprint in, and then she has to do face recognition, and then it flips to the next screen, and boom, back. She's in there. So we did it today. Sexy Mo hopefully will join us. Her son is fine, healthy, fine, but had to go to the doctors and do some procedures, and to the hospital, do some procedures, but he's good. And that's all that matters. So maybe Mo will pop in here. Diana, what's good? Good morning, Diana. You here? Look at this, Diana. Look, 5 minutes after the hour, and we already in mid.
She got our first comment. She's our first one for this morning. She said it's Friday. She said it's Friday.
All right. Let's get to it. There's a lot to get to. There's a lot that is happening in the world. There's a lot happening in people's lives. So we'll get to it. Shawnee Scott, because Jay Black probably has a lot to talk about. I'm going to start with you. How was your night, Shawnee Scott?
Oh, my night was, I actually slept. I was so tired because my day was so crazy yesterday. My day was so full. And then my daughter had her Christmas program last night.
Yeah, she was in a music. She was in a
Christmas
musical
program. I was about to say, what is
that? She was in a play. She was in a musical.
Like High School Musical. They was dancing, performing.
Oh, they in junior high. They not in high school.
Well, you know, I was putting a reference to it. So they sing and dance.
Yeah, well, there was singing, there was dancing, but she was an actor in the play, and this play been a problem because she missed a couple basketball practices to be in this play, and they took her lead role away from her because she's on the basketball team. And
they was hating. Let's just say they was hating. They was hating because she's on the team and she was going to be the star to play, and y'all ain't want somebody to be great. That's what they was hating. It was straight, flagrant, fluid, disgusting hate by adults who don't like to see somebody try and Deion Sanders the game and do two things and be dope at two things. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. I got too much energy today. My bad.
They minimized her to an angel. And I was like, okay, so you gonna risk basketball for this? But this is what she did last night.
You got.
I was waiting to see.
The night before Christmas, all through the house, not a creature was there, not even a mouse. Hello? This is Christmas itself.
So that's what she did.
Oh,
that's her little.
That's how the plays go too. I've been to my daughter's stuff like that's how they go. There's always a little delay. There's always but she did good. She looked nice.
And she started it off. She was the lead.
She was the lead.
Wow. That was the second act.
Yes, but she started the scene. You're not gonna downplay. You're not gonna Joe Jackson. You're not gonna downplay. That's not what we're gonna do, Joe Jackson. She opened up the scene. It's important. It's crucial to the scene. She was the point guard of the scene.
Okay.
If she don't start right, that scene don't go.
No, correct.
It don't go.
She did good. That was the second performance they had. She told me the first performance didn't go so well because the little boy that came out there to push off the stage, he didn't show up. So the teacher had to come out there and do his lines. And I was like, no, that's when you improv, girl. You take over the show. And they was taping
she can't push herself, you know.
Yeah, she could have did a whole bunch of stuff, Jay.
She could have said child. She could have played his part, child.
And so they got their report cards yesterday. So I wish I would have brought them over here. They're sitting on the counter over there. But A's, and she got 100 in her. She takes a technology class. She's really good at computer science, building robots, coding, programming. She's been doing that since she was like in the second grade. But she got 100 in that class, a straight 100. I'm like,
that's very How
you get?
Mama said, Mama sa, Mama kusa. Mama said, Mama sa, Mama kusa.
How you get 100 in this computer science class? But you got 88 in reading. What's the problem?
Oh, here she goes. She's not going to highlight.
You got an 88 in reading. You can't read.
You are the straight worst.
You're supposed to praise and highlight and let her know that you love the 100 and build up on that. And that'll encourage more down the road. But you got an 88 in this other one, huh?
So were you trying to tell me they don't do no reading in that coding class? Is that what it is? What do they do?
Read in the coding class, how you get 100? And then she got a like a 97 in science, but it's another reading class. They had like two reading classes. She got a 80. I think she got like an 85. I'm like, what's the problem with reading? I'm not understanding. Wow. And she's in honors classes too, so I applaud her. And Carly got straight A's, but the requirement in my house,
I quit school if I'm your child. Like, how about this? How about I get D's?
They have to make. They are supposed to make 97 or higher. Wow. 97 or higher. The only thing they got to worry about is going to school and participating in their little extracurricular.
88. Ain't the 88 a B plus? Like, what are we doing?
It's definitely a B.
88.
Definitely a
it's
B.
Like a B plus.
No B's.
Let me tell you what was funny. I was on the phone with Shawnee and they were in the car. So I just wanted to congratulate, because I'm like, all right. I said, congratulations for all that good work. They were like, thank you. And I said, no, thank you. I said, thank you. Thank you for what you've done. Mm-hmm. Then Shorty was like, she brought up the same thing. She got an 87. I mean, it's a great Rampon gun, but she got an 87. I don't know what they don't read. And then the girl said, that's funny because we saw your grades. You ain't getting no straight A's. And when you was in school, you was getting 79s. One of our daughters literally said, your grades was all over the place. Your grades was all over the place. Your grades needed GPS. There was no direction. There was no consistency. I was like, I was sitting there going like, well, how the hell did they get a hold of your report card? Oh, they saw it at my mama house. They was at my mama house. I left my report cards at my mama house. They showed. I said, "Oh damn!"
The Shotty probably said, "Well, that's why you're supposed to do better than me."
That's exactly what he said. The whole point of this is you're supposed to do better than me.
Yes.
Let's acknowledge that we did.
Them two girls were going in on Shawnee like it was wilding out. They was like, "Let me tell you something. You talking about high expectations? You was low in the bar and jumping over it, talking about ta-da. What are you?" I said, "Wow, they going ham."
That's hilarious.
I said, "These little girls got a mouth on them. Hold on, let me take my congratulations back. Maybe you do need to discipline these little girls a little." No, I'm playing. All right.
No,
congratulations.
Congrats on getting 100 in any class, because I don't think I've ever got 100 on any report card for any class, even gym. I don't even.
And Carly got 100 too. Carly got 100. She got 100 in her class, and it's a.
More than Erica.
I don't know. It wasn't a computer science class, but it's one of those classes. It's like a science class, something like that. And that's what she likes. So, but she got straight A's. I think her lowest grade was like a 94, something like that.
What you doing in that grade? What were you doing in that class? A 94? Is
there
a rule? Is there a rule you can't get 100 in that class? Is there?
Do I need to take your cell phone away? Do I need
to take your cell phone away during the day?
Yeah. And one teacher gave her a 99. I'm like, how he give you a 99? Why? Did you not round 100?
It's always room for improvement.
That's why you gotta look. You gotta watch for red flags before you get into a relationship with somebody. Shawnee be the first. Shawnee be the one like, what you saying? I'm only getting 3 orgasms. Whatever. That's it. That's all a sister, a proud black woman who's independent to get up in this bedroom. That's it.
I'm just saying. But then we had some sad news, and I got to go up to the school on Monday, and I'm gonna shut the school down. Now I'm about to let my kids go tear the school up because my daughter told me that some girls were hitting her, and I said, "Well, why you ain't say nothing to nobody? Why you sitting there letting them pop you in the back of the head like that?" And her response was, "Well, I don't want to get kicked off basketball team, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that." Now her baby sister was like, "I don't see why you don't knock them out. Why do you keep letting these people hit you?" So we're gonna have to have a little session over the weekend. So next time somebody put their hands on her, I'm gonna show her one move, and and it's only gonna take one time. When you do this, ain't nobody else gonna bother you. I promise you.
Damn. Well, your other daughter, we gotta have a little talk. You don't ask why you ain't hit him. We're gonna have to talk. You don't ask him why you don't hit him back. You go see the people. Like you go see the people. Y'all go see the people. That's why when all 3 of my daughters were in school at the same time, I was like, listen to me, ain't nothing wrong with jumping somebody. Nothing.
Well,
and Monty went back to school and was like, well, Dad said ain't nothing wrong with jumping somebody.
We got the green light, girls.
It's green light. It's green light Wednesday, green light Thursday, green light Friday. It's green light.
I'm about to give the green light because I've always told him this. Do you handle it this way? Do this. But now y'all gonna handle it like.
But and you know how to play politics. The first thing you do is you lay the groundwork and you go to the school and be like, this is what I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Little girls was hitting my daughter. I'm very disturbed that I'm telling you now that you guys need to handle it. You guys need to handle it. I'm giving you up. She's on a basketball team. She runs track. She's an athlete. She's trying not to get in trouble. She's literally trying to follow these rules and handle this like an honor roll student would handle it. I repeat, like an honor roll student will handle it. Now, you're not going to say this. Not like all these other N-words you got running around here doing all types of crazy, but you ain't going to say that. As the honor roll student. So you lay it out there. And so when the action happens, and then you got to get something in writing. So I want to know what you guys are going to do, but I need it in writing. I've been around white people a long time. I need it in writing what your plan of action is going to be to take care of this situation. I need that. So you have a secretary, you got somebody. Can you please? I just need that.
Shoot that email.
Just to have, or you could, just shoot the email. Here's my email address. Boom, and you have it. So now, when the ass whipping proceeds, And you know what I'm saying? It might not be even an ass one. It might just, all you got to do is fight. And I know it's scary when you're 13. All you got to do is fight. That's it. Once they know, a lot of these kids, when you in high school or junior high, what they don't want is to do any work. They all lazy. If you pop somebody and they punch you in your face, they really don't want all this smoke. They really don't want that. They want to be able to pick on somebody, especially if it was a group of girls. So these little bitches need to be handled. So yeah, these little
now it's girls, and
more
she
than Afro Queen.
I told her, look, all you got to do is show out one time on one person. I promise you, they gonna leave you alone. They'll be like, she already don't talk because she don't talk at school. Like y'all used to hear her talk and see her personality. At school, she's not like that. She's very quiet. She don't say nothing. She just, the most she talks is on the basketball court, and she don't talk much out there.
But they know, these jealous little hoes, boy. Listen, good girl. Oh, man. What up, Ashley Newman? What's going on? We beat you, Ashley. We're on time today, Ashley. You'd be proud of us.
Ashley, you 17 minutes late. Ashley, what are you doing?
You were here, Ashley.
Ashley, you better go to sleep early. You better go to sleep 30 minutes earlier to keep up with us. Watch us. We ain't gonna start till 7:30 tomorrow. So Jay Black, you've been gone. I thought it was absolutely hilarious, but I'm gonna let it was hilarious on how you responded to the text. I had to share it with Shawnee, but
you shared it with Shawnee.
I had to share it. It was hilarious. So what's going on? The house is sick. Is everybody in isolation, or you seem to be okay?
I don't know how I avoided it or escaped it, knock on wood, but yeah, this whole house has been sick. Yesterday they started to turn the corner though, but it's 3 days of every house, everybody's sick but me, but they all are sick. And it's too much. I used to talk a lot of trash about how I can switch roles. And if she went to work and I was the stay-at-home dad and I took care of everything, I used to talk a lot of trash. It's too much work. I'm not built for it. I'm not built for it. I realize
that's good. You realize that's good.
I'm not built for it.
That's a breakthrough.
I had to go to the freaking supermarket. I had to go buy bacon and egg. I had to go to ShopRite. Yes, and I'm lost walking around trying to find stuff. Yes. I had to go I had to take my daughter to the doctors by myself.
Oh, you had to take it to the doctors. And you don't even know her.
She's sick.
You don't know her health history. Like is she allergic to any medications? I don't know.
I had to go to freaking CVS and go pick up the prescription
and wait in line.
Yes, and then they wasn't ready. They told me I gotta come back in 30 minutes. I said, wait. Mike, I'm trying to tell you, Mike.
When they tell you to come back in 30 minutes, never leave. Stay right there so they see your face as you just sit right there.
Dog,
right
there. It was entirely. I'm here with my boy trying to get a nebulizer. Shawnee, you don't even know what that nebulizer is.
Yes.
And I'm sitting there holding a nebulizer. She got I'm trying to remember how she did this humidifier with Steve, and she laying up in the bed. And I'm out here trying to figure all this stuff out. Dog, when I say you, it was too much. It was too much. Yep. And then I started feeling like my body started aching. So now in my head, I'm thinking they all got something and they gave it to me now. I'm being honest. I'm not built for it. I'm not built for all of that stuff. I'm not built for cooking for everybody. I'm not built. I'm not built. I'm not built. I'm not built. I'm not.
Jay Black was the guy. I was that guy in ShopRite who'd be like, I can get the bread. Yeah, that's in it's always at the end. It's always near the frozen foods. It's always back there. And does anybody know where I can get salsa water? Well, that's over there. And once I mastered it, and I used to go to Kroger. Once you master it, but yeah, when you lost, everybody can tell you're new at the grocery store. Everybody looking at you like he don't come here.
He don't come here too often. I'm going up and down the aisles. I'm like, I don't need none of this stuff. I'm trying to find, and then I didn't want to bother the employees because they act like they don't want to be bothered. So I was like, I'm gonna find this on my own. It was just too much. It was literally too much.
He looking for paper towels. He bought the canned goods. He looking at peas and corn. It's like, what? I don't see no paper towels. But
I still don't know where they kept the bacon at. I just happened to stumble onto it in the middle of one of the aisles in the fridge. I still don't know where all the bacon was at. I know it's more than just that little, but I was like, you know what, this will work. Whatever. I found something. So I know it had to be a section because of different brands and more. This must just have been what was on sale, like in the little middle of the aisle of one of them. I got lucky and stumbled onto that. But that's too much work. I commend all y'all females that that take care of all that stuff in the
Was
house.
she too sick for you to FaceTime her? Was she that sick where she wouldn't be able to answer her FaceTime? Because I've been known to FaceTime somebody, like when I'm really struggling, I'd be like, hey,
I didn't want to, because I knew when I left, she was face down, she couldn't even talk and sick, and so I didn't want to bother. I said, I'm gonna do this because if it was one of them empowerment things too that I was like, I'm not gonna bother. I was gonna say I was gonna ask her where was the bacon outlet, because she knows she go there all the time. It's just too much. It's just not for me. I just know it's not for me. And I
oh my God, Jay, that's a traumatizing experience to be taking care of a family by yourself. My sincere condolences to you.
Right. Absolutely.
I used to have to stay home the entire day.
Thank you for understanding, Tashambi. Even if you're trying to be shady, I appreciate you understanding this. It's a lot of work.
It's tough.
It's a lot of work.
Really? Tell me about it.
Here comes the woman. Here it comes.
It is. And then my son wants to go to school, but he was still barking and coughing all hard.
No, just leave him home.
You can't go to school. He missing school and been 4 days and
just sit back down.
Yeah, it's too much. It's literally too much. I just want to relax. I just want to relax.
Try and have all three of them get sick at one time, and the person you with has to go to work, and you home. Then you like, and all you hearing is dad. Dad,
and he act like he don't hear him.
Dad, but now that's the curse of cell phones, because then my cell phone would ring. Hello, Dad.
I need some more juice.
We need some juice, and Mom said that we have to take our meds. If you know you have to take your meds, why do I have to go up there and help you take your meds? You gotta bring it and take it. Oh my God!
You gotta put it in their mouth and stuff.
Proud of you for not bothering and taking care. Thank you, Afro Queen, because Shawnee Scott is our official square hater right here.
Very much so.
I
No, you tell me something really, Jay.
Because when you start complaining, but when you say, okay, I did get it done, I accomplished this, and I'm like, okay, Jay, that's good. But when you get, I ain't built for this. I ain't know. You don't know. You can't read. You just walk down.
Look at that. Now you and her daughter can't read. Now you and her daughter can't read. I don't know nothing about what's the stuff they go in the nebulizer? What is albuterol? Albuterol. Yeah, I just found some. I just found some extra albuterol.
You go to the pharmacy and you just ask them. That's why they work there. You're not bothering them. They work there.
But the insurance should cover that type stuff. And I don't know. It was just a lot of work. And then
when you go to a new job, when you go to a new job, you get training, Shawnee. He didn't even get training. He got thrown in the mix. Jay got grown
kids. Jay got grown kids. I'm not trying to hear this. When you go,
I hate that.
They have the little things up there that tell you what's on each aisle. You just read it and you go to the aisle.
I figured it out. I found it. I
figured it out.
Up and down in supermarket aisle.
Figured it out.
Figured all this stuff out.
All right. Well, that's good. I'm proud. Jay, I'm from another friend to a friend. I'm proud.
He understands. I appreciate that.
I'm proud of you. I know what you're a very you form habits, and what you do this, and this, and you like, I like my routine. I like how I get down. I'm going to work at this time. I'm dealing with this. I'm dealing with that. I'm dealing with that. These are my responsibilities, and I take care of them. And somebody threw a wrench in your game.
That is,
and you adapted, and you adapted.
That's a beautiful thing to be able to set your life up there.
That's right.
Everybody is not that privileged. Some of us have to be able to turn on the nickel and keep on moving and not let anything fall apart. But you did good, Jay.
Well, that's great, and I applaud you for doing that. I applaud you for doing that, Shawnee. But the fact of the matter, just because you flipping on a drop of a dime doesn't mean everybody else.
On a nickel, baby, on a nickel.
On a nickel, that means he did. On a nickel, he did adjust.
He did on probably about a quarter, maybe 50 cents.
But he did adjust. And he shared. And this is why men don't share with women. This is why men don't share. We can't share because we get ridiculed. Yeah. That's what we do. We get ridiculed. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, the sound effects come on time. When it's for y'all hate, the sound effects like boy, them sound effects is crispy. What you gotta hate. Yeah, exactly. All right. So last night, yesterday for me and my one of my twins, Akela, she's driving. She's got her permit, so we started doing our driving. And she did well.
Parking lot? A lot of parking lot?
No. I don't do parking lot.
You took on the street?
We go straight to the street.
Oh, wow.
We don't do parking lots. We go straight to the street. If anybody, you know what? If anybody needs their kid to learn how to drive, holler at me. Holler. I'm the most calm. Even my oldest daughter, loves to critique me. She loves it. She's like, I got to give it to Dad. Dad doesn't even raise his voice in the car. I don't even know who he is. He's so calm in the car. He said, even when I was hitting the brake too hard, he was like, that's just part of the game. You're just going to adjust. Everybody's done it, baby. All you got to do is understand if you want to avoid accidents, you want to be a good driver, you can never panic in the car. And I don't panic in the car. Like, even when the cops pulled me over DUI, I didn't panic. Like, I never panic in the car. Like,
that time we almost had that snow wreck on the turnpike. You ain't panic.
I ain't panic.
You ain't panic.
Yeah, we was in a snowstorm. Listen, I'm not bragging about this. We was in a snowstorm. I had a pint of Absolute on next to me in the car seat, and this dude started doing 360s in front of us in the snow. And Jay said, "We gonna wreck."
I said, "We wrecking," and I just braced because there was no way to avoid it. I said, "Yeah, we wrecking."
No, we not. No, we not neither. I'll just move. You know, you in the snow, you can't make no sudden steering wheel moves. You got to ride.
I said, "How did he get us out of that?" I braced for impact because it was.
I was like, first of all, the pressure was on. We can't get into a wreck and got a pint of Absolute in the car. No, we can't neither. No, we can't neither. So she did a good job. She ain't panicked. Obviously, she hit the brake too hard and released it, and stuff like that. And she stopped at a four-way. There's a four-way stop, but there was no stop sign for us. And she stopped, and I was like, "Sweetie, there's no stop sign." And she was like, "Yeah, but I just want to make sure he has to stop. You just, as you're driving, you have to make sure he came to a stop. But how about this? Better safe than sorry, sweetie. Better safe than sorry. But if there's some person behind you, you're going to confuse the person behind you because there's no stop sign." She's like, I got it. I said, all right. Yeah. And then you in the car with your daughter and calls you an effing idiot. The next thing you know, probation.
That was good. Teaching her to drive. That's good.
And I went to an interview. I had an interview yesterday with this cool ass white man. And he's the owner of the facility that I went there, the place that I went to. Cool ass white man. And I realized that as you get older, interviews ain't the same. Because you're no longer intimidated by the person who's interviewing you. Like when you're a kid, when you're like 19 or 20 and you're trying to get that first job.
It's a big deal.
It's a big deal. Like you try and dress a certain way.
More like 14, 15 for the first job, but go ahead.
Well, mine was 17. Mine was 17 because my parents didn't sign the working papers when I was 16. But I did help with the paper route. So I guess, that was something. But me and him had a conversation because I was like, I put everything on a resume. I let him know. Like, I've been around the world, nah. Like, I've been here. The dude was like, customer service is the most important part of this job, even though you wouldn't think it. And I was like, yeah, I understand. I've dealt with the public most of my life. And then he was like, wow. And then I told him a technique I use when somebody comes, because I used to do this in customer service, and I can't remember names. So when you come and we start a conversation, if you mention something about your dog, I remember that. Like, I'll put that down. I'm like, next time you come, I'm like, how's the dog doing? And all of a sudden, it's like an icebreaker. And he was like, you got it. That's all. And then I said, but then now here I go. I got some other obligations that I have to take care of.
You one of them. Somebody want to hire you. But I do have these things coming over the next several weeks.
But he opened up the Pandora's box because he was like, listen, I understand. I see what you're doing. I understand I'm not going to have you for very long. Right? I get it. He said, so I want to be flexible because I really want you here. I said, well, since you said that, I got a morning show I do. He said, you still do? Yeah, I got a morning show, Media Room 360. I do that in the morning time. And then I got a sports podcast in the afternoon. So my thing is, if lunchtime is at 1 o'clock, I could just take my lunch and boom. He said, no. We're going to work around it. I was like, this is his name is Joe. I said, this is a cool ass white dude. I said, well, okay, Joe. I said, that's what I'm talking about. So that was good. And then that was it.
What happened with the other job you did the training for? I remember last week you went to training just for the training hours. And did you ever go back to that?
All right, this is the real fact of the matter. What happened? I did them. I texted them. I said because I had an interview for another job, so I couldn't go on the field. Like I did the training, but I couldn't go on the field. And now I'm supposed to go today, and I wanted to go today. I want to go today, and I'm waiting for an email to come back from my probation officer out here in Jersey, because even though I'm up, my probation is up to 21st.
12 days. 12 days.
It's 12 days of freedom, not the 12 days of Christmas. It's 12 days on the 12th day of freedom. My probation gave to me the ability to drink and drive again. No, I'm playing. This is a joke. So what was I saying?
So the probation had to reach out about the job.
My probation, because I'm no longer living in my old residence, my probation has to come out here to verify the residence that I have. So my probation is like the cable company. They give you like a window on when they're gonna come. And the window is all Friday. It ain't hours. It ain't like from 9 a.m. to it's all Friday. The window is
be in the house Friday all day. Yeah, I mean, that's how they do.
I can't go to the job unless she verifies that we can reschedule.
Because you got to be there waiting for them to show up at any point, so you can't be at the job.
I'm really not being irresponsible, because I was curious on doing the job. Now I'm curious. I'm like, I think I possibly could do this job, but now I'm just waiting on an email. But I don't know why I'm looking, because she doesn't get until 9, and so that's what I'm waiting on. So. So I'm trying. Actually, the more I wrote my notes down, the more I looked at my notes, I said, you know what? I think I could do this job. Like, I actually know what this stuff is now, just because I've been bored and just been reading over it. All right, before we get into our show, let me get into a fun fact, y'all. This is a fun fact I'm gonna drop on y'all real quick. Do y'all know the song "Wait a Minute" by Ray J? Remember that song? Let's play a little game. Who do you think that was offered to before Ray J? Now, Shawnee just nailed the last one. We did the fun fact. She was just like, bam, TLC.
Let me listen to it, and then I can see.
I promise you're never going to get
You'll never get it. I saw the clip that Mike saw.
Yeah, you're never going to get it.
I got to take myself out of this one.
You're never going to get this, Shawnee. And the fact of the matter is, the person started the song.
Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Let me see.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Ain't that Brandy, brother?
Wait a minute.
It's on and popping.
DJs.
Who could this be?
It's just a fun fact, Sean. You don't get no money for this. I'm just
wondering.
Just check this out, Mike, especially Shawnee. We really messed up yesterday, huh?
I saw it. I had went back this morning yesterday, and I watched yesterday. I was like, oh, they did get all dialed up for Jade. That was a good show.
Would it be? Let me turn it off. Would it be? I'll never guess.
That was a good song. It was what?
What year did it come out? Let's see.
What is that?
What year did it come out?
Trying to see what artist was popping.
Thousands.
So maybe that sound like
2001.
Sound like the Neptune. So was it Pharrell song?
It was Pharrell's song.
Well, Pharrell was the producer, but who was the artist?
He actually told the story. Who was the artist that first was supposed to be on it?
Oh, Pharrell did the song. I'm like, yeah, that sounds like Neptune. But
yeah, they produced it.
So it's supposed to be another artist, not Pharrell singing it.
No, not singing it, but on the song. Like Pharrell probably would have sang the hook, but we don't even know. He might not.
Pharrell did the song for another artist, but the artist turned it down and ended up.
He never got back to him. He left and never got back to him.
Well, you just gave another clue. Let's see if she quote on that. So you narrowed it down. You said artist. I said artist. Then you go ahead.
All right. So it's one artist or is it a group?
I'll even give you that. You're still not gonna get it. It's one artist. Yeah, I'll give you one better. It's a rapper.
Because he said he. That's why you gave her.
A rapper was gonna do. Wait a minute.
Yep.
Yeah, I won't guess it because I'm thinking like along the lines of
Pharrell's words. He was producing it and he had overlaid it. So there was a thing on top, and then there was another. So it was two different aspects that he had just started doing and producing. And the person who came in actually rapped the way he produced it. Like he had two different things going on like that. Anyway, the rapper was Eminem. Eminem came in there and did a little something.
Yeah, I would never guess that.
Never.
And Pharrell said it was amazing. Pharrell was like, it was amazing. but he never came back. They took him off. He had to go do. He said, "Yeah, I just did a little something," and he just said he didn't even write it. He just said it, and then he left. And Pharrell was like, "Stuck."
Never recorded it.
Never recorded anything. So there's no evidence of it. I just wish I could have heard it. But Ray J's very happy. I don't even know how it got to Ray J. Like, there had to be more artists, but Ray J got it. And hey, Ray J did a good job with it.
Listen, don't sleep on Sonya Norwood.
Mm-hmm.
That mama, baby, she was getting her kids everything.
Yes, they were.
That's Ray J's biggest hit, right? I think that might have been his biggest hit.
Well, not I hit it first. Not that. Not I hit it first. I hit it first.
No, I hit it first. Wasn't his number one? Yeah.
No, what was that slow song he destroyed on Versus?
The One Wish.
Oh, One Wish that he boy.
One wish.
That was a good song. Like, I gotta give Ray J credit. That was a good song. That was a good song. But I mean, I ain't playing in my car, but that was a good song. All right, let's get it started, ladies and gentlemen. It's Friday. So we have to hit you off with the nominees of the Stupid Dummy of the Week. And we got some doozies. And I don't normally say doozies. We got some doozies for Stupid Dummy of the Week. Who's first up the bat, Shawnee? Because I forgot the lineup. Oh, it depends whoever I say, right? Okay. All right. The first one was the first one.
Wait. We didn't do the third one. Like, they haven't even seen the third one.
Okay. So I'm gonna give y'all the nominees, and I'm gonna give the last nominee.
Okay.
All right. You good? Oh, do you have the new one loaded up? Like, just tell me. If you have the new one loaded up and it makes it easy for it, I'll go to the new one.
It don't matter which one you do. I can still gotta do the same thing.
Oh my God. You only got an 87 in reading. So we had the first one off the door. The first Stupid Dummy of the Week, the nominee. He was the dog stealer. And he tried to steal Lady Gaga's dog. And not only did he steal the dog, but he actually shot the dog walker, which led to 21 years in jail. Do we have the video?
Oh, it wasn't a video. It was just a picture.
Oh, it was a picture. Okay.
Yeah, it was just this picture.
Okay. All right. So we're not going to put the picture up?
I'm trying to get to it.
I'm trying to ask you, but you're not communicating.
I'm trying to get to it.
You're not communicating. I'm asking.
Typical.
Because if I'm not, I'll just move on to the next one.
Jay?
I said I'm trying to pull this up.
No, that ain't what you said. Okay.
So anyway, he got 21 years, and people were trying to be upset because he got 21 years. But if you stupid dummy enough to sit around and plan that you gonna rob dogs, and then you dumb enough to say by any means necessary, like if you try and grab the dog and run off, it don't work. Keep it moving. Like, okay,
there's another dog out there.
There's another dog. People walk dogs every day. People walk dogs in the morning. They walk them in the afternoon. There are dog parks that you can go to a dog park, and there's like a buffet of dogs that you can just grip and just go. And you actually went to a rich neighborhood and you took a gun. So now you got 21 years in jail, and your claim to fame in jail is that you were robbing dogs. Now, I know you're not going to bring up the dog. You're just going to say, I shot somebody. I know you're going to be like, yeah, I'm in
They got me on that gunplay, son. Yeah.
I was over here. I was running and bucking people. That's what I do. I'm a murderer out here. No, you shot a dog walker. So you got 21 years, and you said, so that's our first Stupid Dummy.
Okay, here he is.
Okay, all right.
He was a black dude, I think, too, right?
It was a black dude. People like, you only got 21 years because he's black. Well, yeah, there he goes.
Oh, he look a bit of what? 20 in the young 20s, right?
Young 20s. Wow.
He can't be that old.
And got 21 years. Oh man, that's got to be a horrible feeling. Just when I thought my life was going bad, ain't as bad as that dude. Then we had then we had this one, which was hilarious. Jay, you weren't here when we showed this. This video has to be the fun. So a girl got her cell phone repaired, right?
Okay.
So the phone was fixed. So she walked in and she was gonna do a snatch and dash. He put the phone on the desk in front of her right there. And she grabbed it and she ran to the door.
Yeah, quick fast.
And he said he called her
Sonic
stupid.
speed.
He said, "Hey, stupid, the door's locked." And she didn't take heed to the message.
Let me see it though.
So please,
door's locked. think I'm stupid? Come on.
Open it.
It's locked.
Right.
Give me the phone.
What you guys got my phone for?
Give me the phone. I'm gonna take the screen off and you can get out of here, or I can call the cops. One of the two.
I'm not calling you. Let me get a thing. Mom. Oh, but I can't fucking. Mom. Why am I inside the store? Like, why you lock the doors on me? That ain't my fault.
All right, I'm gonna call the cops if that's the case.
Dude, come on, you gotta take me to jail.
You're gonna give me my screen back, or you're gonna go home? Which one is it?
Because he got, because his screen, and I gotta run home. He's taking my screen.
All you have to do is give me the phone. Let me take the screen off, and I'll let you go.
He tried to walk you right now. You got the police alarm. Now you gotta put me in jail. He's the one you gotta put me in jail.
Wait, I'm confused. I didn't see all that.
Yeah,
so she called her mom as if she was in the right and the guy was in the wrong.
Yes. Effing liar.
He gonna call what?
Yes. Huh? Yeah, and she gonna lie to her mom. And I heard now that I've listened to it a few times. I heard the mom raising her voice on the phone.
Wow.
So you gonna wind up in jail anyway.
Wow.
Ooh, jail is in your future.
What up, Shawn?
She tried to literally play him, and this is how she's such a stupid dummy. This is why odds are she's on the edge. She's my favorite for stupid dummy. He literally gave her the option. Let me take the screen off.
Let me get mine back.
And you can go.
And you can get out of here.
We'll let bygones be bygones.
But what you're not going to do is play me and run out this door with my screen protector on there.
And understand, when your mom come, I'm gonna lock both of y'all up. I'm locking both of y'all. Y'all both going to jail because I'm not opening the door for your mom. Because I already know the fire that's coming. I'm like, call me. I'm like, call me. I'll take his daughter phone and say, this is what really happened. You're not coming in here because I don't need all that ruckus. You should have kept playing that video. You got to see mom's face once she.
Oh, the mom came up there. Wait, so the daughter never gave the phone back? So the mom did actually come up there? That was at least 20 minutes.
And the mom must have came with the ruckus because the mom got lied to. You're not going to lock my daughter up. Kidnapping. And you doing this because she black. No, I'm doing this because she a dumb bitch. That's why I'm doing this. Because, because I'm not. No, we can't settle. Here's the thing. We settle for kids acting like this.
Wow. So
do you know how mad I would be?
Wow. They probably call it Ben Crump and everything. Like,
they call Ben
Crump. What are we doing? Like, just pay that man his money.
Ben Crump.
Call Ben Crump. They got a hashtag.
Oh, no, the mom got in her. Okay. James said the mom. Nice. Okay. Now that makes more sense.
That's nice. We got to find the rest of that video.
Now that makes sense.
Hey, James, did they let her go or did he call the cops? Or did she get the screen back? Hey, we got to inform her.
We
have a source.
Yeah, we got the inside. I'm curious to know. The mom had to pay the money though before, and then took it out of her behind when they got home.
That's when you know a show's taking off, when you have sources.
You got sources. Yeah.
Our sources say that the mom actually got in that ad.
Our sources say, AKA James.
Yo, there's no stopping this show, AKA James. There's no stopping this freaking show anymore, yo. There is no limit. Our sources on the street tell us that the mom actually.
As you eating some candy, well, our sources said.
Hold up. As I'm hitting the vape, our sources say there's more to the story. There's more to the story that the public hasn't seen.
And when it comes out,
this case is going to be broken wide open. Shout out to James. Shout out to James.
All right, so that's our second stupid dummy of the week.
Now, the next stupid dummy of the week, and this is our grand finale. This is our last nominee. Now, this is funny to me, but this is so petty. A girl wanted to floss and stunt on Instagram, right? Or social media, TikTok, or whatever. And she posted her plane ticket. So somebody who has no life took the information off the plane ticket and canceled her flight.
And his name is Toxic King. Wait, what? Instagram posted her plane ticket, and I called and canceled her flight.
And Toxic King said, I call you got no life.
You want to be stunting? You want to be showing off because you flying out?
And in the caption under it, he said, I've had it with these socialites. Basically, he was like, I'm tired of y'all just acting like y'all flying the world or whatever, when you know y'all all just going to Cancun again. But so in this case,
yeah, who thinks to take the time? Yeah.
Who would even thought like? Yeah, let me see what information I can find on here.
Let me see it.
Let me see. That is a no life son, like dog.
I can go online right now.
The thing about that, when he canceled her flight, she probably didn't get her money back.
No, you don't get money back.
But how did he get all the information? How did he get all the you need a lot of information to cancel.
That's the book a flight or change something. You need information, but I guess the cancel is as simple as.
Well, you just need the confirmation number, the booking, your number, right?
But she posted the booking number on there.
Well, if she posted her plane ticket, maybe her confirmation number was on there.
No, the confirmation is not on the plane ticket. So there's something he must have known. I don't know. You
got the name, the seat number, the flight number. It is a lot easier to cancel stuff than it is to, to order stuff and make changes.
And the airline are because they're gonna keep your money, so they elated when you cancel. And you didn't cancel in a certain time frame, they love it because they keep your money. They can sell that seat twice.
So she went to the airport probably.
Bags
she did all the baggage claim. She did the drive there. She out. She took care of all her steps for leaving the house to set up right, and the pets to secure it. Everything. Her squad, everybody there.
She on live. She on live on the way to the airport.
I'm about to leave, y'all. We even for the airport now.
Living my life. I'm living a life.
Remember, y'all just got to get out there and do you.
I'm gonna be me. You do you. Don't hate on me because I'm always. She done spent like a year's worth of her paycheck on some Louis luggage. Like she got the luggage. She like, you see what it is.
Fits. Yeah, I got my luggage. This could be my carry-on.
So which one is the stupid dummy? Are you calling her the stupid dummy or him the stupid dummy?
Honestly, I have to put them both. We have to put both of them on.
Oh God.
We have to put both of them on. They're both nominated.
Oh,
that is so wrong. That is so wrong. Oh
God!
I would be.
I guess you.
You know what's the funniest part? The funniest part. This is what really makes it ignorant. Like if he knows her and he did. The funniest part is she didn't go by herself. She went with her girls. It was a girls trip.
Yeah, it's a summer.
And that means them girls ain't waiting for her. The girls are leaving. Like they gonna continue their video. Oh, this bitch.
We paid our money. We saved up for this. I don't know.
Wait a second, y'all. Wait a second. Breaking news from our source. James, aka the source, said, "Did y'all hear about the video someone made about Popeye's chicken and corporate end up shutting them down?" I don't know. It was probably something nasty.
They had a bunch of roaches, and the DoorDash person that videoed a bunch of roaches as they was picking up the food, and Popeye's got wind of it.
There's a documentary on YouTube telling you why we should never eat out, and it was based in New York. Why you should never eat out. And literally, I didn't eat out for a few months after I saw it. It's so disgusting.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's a documentary. It's so disgusting.
Eating out is disgusting.
No, it really is because you have no control over the hygiene. Damn, who is she traveling with? Right? No, she was with her girls, and I'm telling you, because girls don't give a damn. Girls is out. Ain't nobody staying.
Queen.
Ain't nobody staying. Ain't nobody staying. She got played out.
No, that's our 3 stupid dummies of the week.
Yeah, so we at the end of the show, we'll knock the 3 stupid dummies of the week. We don't have sexy mode allegedly, so we just have one big story, and we don't want y'all to think we're ignoring the biggest story.
We got some stories.
But you want to do it because you ain't do it yesterday. You want to do it because we
can whiz through several things. We got a good hour. We could talk about a lot.
No, but I just want to get to the top of the hour. It's 7:50 Eastern Standard Time, 6:50. So if y'all got stories, we can knock out stories. Brittney Griner is the biggest story, but we can knock out some stories. You want to hit it? Go ahead, hit it.
Oh, we're gonna do it.
Let's get this mother crawl.
Yo, what's up?
Baby, let's go.
Allegedly, with Sexy Mo, powered by Media Room 360 TV.
Okay.
Sexy Mo is not here, so filling in for Sexy Mo would be us.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be split with Shawty Scott.
No, because you said you had a story too. You said.
Oh no.
I got two that'll.
All right, well, get to it because we need to hit the top of the hour. Get to it.
Okay, so there's a big scandal on GMA with TJ and the lady. I can't even think of her name.
Amy Rocher.
Amy Roba. So GMA said the executives were like, well, wait a minute, we got to step in and look at this to see if TJ did something wrong because supposedly he's been out here messing with other people at GMA. He's been cheating for a minute.
Yeah, he was smashing them out.
But he and his wife have been separated for a year. He don't even live in the house.
Is that a rule? Like, I forget because is that a rule in the job industry, in the business industry, that there's no fraternization amongst? Is that I wonder if is that in the handbook? Like, you can't knock off anybody that's working with you outside the job.
Some jobs is that way, or some jobs you can't.
I ain't never heard that. No job.
You can't have a relationship with somebody in upper management, or if you're their superior, you can't be in a relationship with the person under you.
I've heard.
Yeah, that part is true. That part.
Mm-hmm. But they're equal.
But they were equal, so
and so she's going through a divorce. Her divorce is about to be final. He's been out the house for a year. So I'm trying to figure out what's the big deal. What are we upset with these grown people? But they say, listen, both of them, listen, we don't give a damn what y'all think. We still going strong, whatever. We just not gonna do it publicly so y'all can see them.
Well, Stacey said that's how it is in her job. So if the person's above you, well, I mean, that means when I finally crack the code on Shawnee, only person gonna get in trouble is Shawnee because she owns
she's the CEO.
Yeah, so she owns it. So if I take it to human resource, even though Media Room hasn't created a human resource yet, you don't want to get in trouble.
I'm human resource, though.
Yeah, I think it's more of a code of conduct type of thing, detrimental to the company if you got employees.
Nailing them white girls.
Yeah, I think, and the fact that he black, I wonder if that plays a part.
Oh,
but I mean, if he's separated from his wife. I haven't heard anything about his wife being upset about the situation.
Because they were separated. They just was legally married on paper. Yeah.
For a year. She probably got her man. She doing her own thing. This lady's divorce is almost final. So that lets you know that they've been apart for a while. I don't know. Her husband maybe wanted to work it out. I don't know. But I just didn't understand why are we so upset that two grown people got together?
Well, I mean, if it's in the handbook, if he knocked off an assistant, he was over her. Now, when he was knocking her off, he was probably over her too. But listen, at this point, you know the rules. But on his behalf, I want to say, and men, heterosexual men out in the world know, when you get on a roll and you start, you on fire, and you done knocked off this one, and then you done knocked off that one. It's hard to stop the domino effect because now you already got the plan. You already know how to do. You already know what they like to hear. And they probably was like, this man is on. He probably had a bad reputation and a good reputation at the same time. They was like, he a cheating dog, but he was probably treating them nice. And TJ, you got caught up, TJ.
But why anybody jumping on her? That's the part I don't understand. Everything is about him.
Well, didn't they both get removed?
Well, I don't know if they both got removed.
Well, I'm just saying, like, all right, anybody of color, when you get involved in these situations, it happened with the Boston Celtic head coach. They not gonna drag that white woman, but you know these rules before you put it in. When it all happens, you are the person that's going to be drugged. It always happens. Like nobody talks about how trifling the Boston Celtic owner allegedly wife was for being in Nia Long's face, and you're supposed to handle the travel, and you're really handling something else. Somebody should have really came for her neck too. But the Boston Celtic coach is the one that's going to get talked about. But TJ Holmes thought he was part of the clique. You're not part of the clique. I understand. I might have fell for the same thing, but you weren't part of the clique.
Go
ahead.
No, just a lot of people are really stuck on the fact that they were legally on paper married and not divorced. A lot of people don't believe in if you're not together, it's okay because you're legally still married on paper. Until your divorce decree is signed, you're not supposed to date in other people's eyes. There's a lot of people that believe that.
But this is my problem I have.
I don't think it's a good thing to do. I mean, I think you should kind of be careful with that because.
Oh, good, Tam.
But I just who jacked up? Who jacked up is that they both are serial cheaters, but he catching all. Yeah, but that's the game. They not gonna. First of all, they scared to go at the woman because if they go at her publicly, she might bring up some type of lawsuit about, hey, you doing this to women. You know, it's hard to come. That Me Too thing done changed everything.
Yeah,
but
the whole
he's
show
black.
Suspended. The whole show. They suspended the show again. Now you draw more attention to it.
She got reinstated, but he's still suspended, supposedly. Unbelievable. Hey, you got to be careful out here, dog. Just because they invite you to the happy hours and just because you get good gifts at the Secret Santa and just because everybody loves TJ is so funny. TJ suits are so nice. Understand what it all goes down. Everybody goes back to their neutral corners and goes back to their team.
Mm-hmm.
Spitting it with Shawnee Scott. That sounds pornographic.
But moving on real quick, Cardi B is in the news because, but
that's Cardi B.
Who is that?
That's Cardi B.
Wow, that looks horrible.
It looks horrible.
Really? It looks horrible.
Can you zoom in?
I can't zoom in. I don't know what feature you got. Is it zooming in?
Yeah, it is.
That don't look great. That looks horrible.
What do you mean by horrible? But go ahead. What's the story, Mo? Mo. Shiny.
In the mic. So her butt injections. So she got 95% of them removed after she had the baby because.
Oh, she got them removed. Oh, good.
Now that changes how it looks right now, Mike. Go ahead.
No, because that's the before picture. Now she's gotten most of that removed.
Well, it was looking kind of funny because like at one point when she did WAP, her butt looked a little. I was like, "Ooh, girl, you done did a little bit too much." But the thing about it is, come to find out, Cardi B makes all this money. Cardi B is getting illegal butt injections. So it's like, why you just go to the? Okay, so you know they have the little places that you can go to, and they not, real doctors.
Still going to the underground.
And I don't know. I think you here in Dallas when we had the girl we killed the girl. She's doing the butt injections in Deep Ellum, and her assistant left the girl there dead.
Yep.
The assistant so those are the illegal butt injections. But I'm like, Cardi B, why are you getting illegal butt injections, girl? You can go to Dr. Miami, and maybe that's why it looks so. I don't know.
You could take the hood. You could take the hood out of her, but the hood, you can take her off the block, but you can't take the hood out.
If you like the quality of work, anytime I visit my area, I like to go to a certain spot to get certain things because you got your spots that you're just comfortable with.
Nobody's shooting anything in me that's not a doctor. Nobody.
Yeah, but that WAP, when she performed WAP on, I think the American Music Awards, her butt was so stiff, like she was dancing. It didn't even look right.
Unbelievable. Oh, Cardi. I got love for Cardi. Cardi's just trying, like I saw her interview where she said she's just trying to be home. She really ain't trying to be in the mix no more. But damn, Cardi, at least she's getting them removed. So, Cardi B, you're getting them removed. Hey, God bless, girl. Why you went to the hood doctor, I'll never know. Why you risked your life to go to get a butt, I'll never know. But at least you came to your senses. After you had the kid, you realized this is ridiculous. Let me get back to my regular butt. I don't need fake butts. I'm not into fake butts. I don't need extravagant butts that are just sticking all out that ain't yours. I don't get it. Some of y'all just be looking like carnival pets. Like somebody should just pay, like I said, pay $25 to touch it because it don't look real and I know it's not real. It look crazy when you got clothes on.
Well, you watched Love and Hip Hop, that last episode. That's all it was.
It look crazy. Well, we got one.
We're at the top of the hour.
Yes, we are. It is 8:00 on the East Coast, 7:00 in Dallas, Texas, Central Standard Time. It's Media Room 360. Hit the top of the hour, girl.
Don't never stop if you want to be on top. Yeah.
Tap in.
Friday, Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legends, Jay Black, Shawnee Scott, Sexy Mo is still chilling with her son, getting him right. He's good, so that's a blessing. We got one more huge story that we got to get to. And
well, it was two, wasn't it? Oh, go ahead. What's the next one? My bad. I thought you said it was going to be before Brittney. My bad.
You got one? You got another one before we?
No, because there was another big story yesterday. I thought I was going to do that before Brittney. It was the Meghan Markle. Did y'all watch the Netflix?
Yeah, my mom was watching it.
Yeah, so it was out there that Meghan Markle, she said how she was never treated like a black woman before getting with the royals, and and that took a lot of there's a lot of people with big buzz about that. And I guess we can talk a little bit about that. I know Brittney is the big story, but did you watch Netflix at all?
I didn't, but I'm gonna watch it now because I saw that and I was like, I didn't really know how to take that because it's like this is what I be talking about, with mixed people. They pick and choose when they.
This is what you be talking about.
It was so
people?
taken out of context. If you watch it, it was so.
Well,
taken
that's why I said
context.
I need to watch it and see what she's saying because just reading the headline, it's like I was never treated like a woman. So, but you are a black woman, right? That's what you are, right? Or you some. What does that mean? I don't understand that.
It's very simple. She never caught any flack for being black. So she was never treated like other black women were treated. Because in the mix of the situation, the majority of the people of America assumed that she wasn't black. So for the first time, she got treated like a black woman. And the thing that kills me is that this dude literally left the royal family and had beef with how they treated her because of how racist his family was. Mm-hmm. And what these people do, the Dr. Umars of the world, you skip over the fact that this dude was called his whole family, the royal family, racist as hell, and put it out there and left the royal family because of that. And y'all take this one part where she said she honestly was open. See, that's the thing. You can't be honest.
But it's not about him. We're not talking about him. We talking about, I'm talking about her and what she said because this not about him. This what
I'm trying to tell you, you can't be honest. If she has never been treated like a black woman and she says it and she admits to it, we can't be honest.
I mean, but at what point? So how many times did you benefit from being a black woman in America before Prince Harry came? How many times did you say, well, I'm a black woman and I'm going to benefit because I'm a black woman. I'm just light skinned. My mom is black. My dad is white. I'm a black woman. So I don't, and like I said, I'm going to have to watch it to understand it, but just reading it, I'm like, well, what does that mean?
She can't control how other people treated her because of her skin color. And if you're going to get over on somebody because of your skin color, you best believe you better use it.
Yeah, but that's no.
You better use it.
I applaud Harry for what he did. This ain't got nothing to do with it. This is about what she said.
But
and
she was
being
honest.
And that's what, you know,
you
what?
Can't be honest.
Again, I haven't seen it, but this is what I'm going to say today. Because you said we can go back and recant what we say. Today, I'm going to say, that's what your black ass get. You should have stopped. You shouldn't have been hiding behind it all.
What was she supposed to do if people were
over there? You get over there, and them white people let you know. Use the N-word real quick.
She can't control how society treated her. So if society's racist eyes gave her a benefit, she can't say, hey, guess what? I don't need this advantage. I want you to treat me like I'm black. I'm not going to take advantage of your ignorance. You want her to be like, hey, everybody.
But I know applauding it either. I was never treated like that. That's why I said I gotta watch it. I was never.
She said it in a way of it was like it was.
What? First of all, you got a problem being a black woman? Is that what it is?
No, she doesn't.
Okay, well then it's been known that she was a black woman. It's like that whole thing with Kamala Harris, and you know I ain't never heard the woman say she was black. I have never heard. I'm not saying she's never said it, but I ain't never heard that woman say that she was black. But I know she used "I'm black" to get in the White House. But when she ran for Senate or whatever her first seat was, it was, oh, we're gonna get the first Indian person. Wasn't nothing about black on there. So I get sick of women like that or people like that ride that line. Okay. Don't all of a sudden now, I can't believe they're treating black women like this.
It was when you watch the documentary, it was more of an epiphany of that first time you got called the N-word. It was shocking her because she didn't believe that stuff really existed and happened. It was the first time she was faced with it.
If you live in a society, if your environment was nobody else ever held being black against you, guess what? That's a blessing. Stop being a hater because you had to deal with racism and she didn't. She can't help that. Y'all are mad because she never got held back because of her skin color.
This heifer lived in America. She lived in America. No, she knows what racism is. But because of her light skin and her complexion, I know
never dealt with it.
When she started dating Harry, and I didn't know who this bitch was, number one. I didn't know who the fuck she was, okay? And then she met Harry. Hell, I didn't know the bitch was black then until they got married and they brought her black mama out who my skin color are darker. So she knows what racism is. That bitch wasn't in no castle somewhere locked up.
How are you going to tell a person?
Shiley, you scarred. It's a dark skin light skin thing for you. It's something deeper going on.
No, that is an actress in Hollywood. She knows exactly what racism is. She knows exactly what it is to be a black woman. And she know that if she went in out of them cats, I don't even know what movie this bitch was in. She knew, and she went in there and said she was.
And she got the part.
Was talking like I'm talking right now. They wouldn't have gave us shit.
She don't have to talk like you talk.
And proper white girl.
She don't have to talk like you talk. She don't have to talk like you talk.
She can kiss my ass. She can kiss my old black woman ass.
That is the worst. That is the most. That is the least informed statement.
She could have said that. She could have referenced what she was trying to say differently. Fuck her. She act just like the queen.
Stacey, you not scarred? Shiny, something scarred. Somebody's scarred. This is deeper than it's something dealing with more with light skin, dark skin. This is what I'm feeling. This is some colorism.
All right, Shawnee, let me talk now. Okay, you had the floor, which are misinformed comments. You cannot tell a person that they've dealt with racism. If I haven't dealt with racism, guess what? That's a blessing. And when it hits me in my face, which is basically what she said, it hit me in my face and I realized. So she's saying I lived a guarded life where I never had to face it. And she's being honest. But Shawnee, in her epiphany, Shawnee thinks that she knows everybody's life and their experiences from where she stands. She goes, you had to deal with racism. There's no way. She's telling you, I'd never experienced this. But you can't be honest with people. Because if you're honest, then you just not black. Oh, you were using it. Dog. You know how many people use what they got in their situation to get ahead in this world? So she went to audition for the TV show and nobody brought up anything about her being African-American and they gave her the part. Why would she bring it up? So that they could use it against her? She used their ignorance against them. I'm getting a check because your ignorant asses don't know. And then when it hit her in the face, she was like, damn, didn't know how this felt. She was being honest. She never said she didn't know what racism was. She said she personally never experienced it. She basically saying she was accepted.
Okay, but you just proved what I said when you said she went into that room. Nobody said nothing about her being black. She knew she didn't need to bring it up. That is my point right there. And I am not the only one that feels that way because you go down the line and all the other black women are saying the same
Hey, Mike,
thing.
maybe Shawnee is the let me tell you something. If I go into an audition right now and they think I'm black for how I talk, you know what I'm not going to tell them? That I'm not.
And that's fine that you don't tell them that. My issue, that's fine that she did what she needed to do to get by. My issue was with this statement, this headline. I was never treated like a black woman. That is so because it's offensive, and it's not just offensive to me. It's offensive to some other black women.
Shawnee, how long have you been in this business? How long have you been in this business? How long have you been in this?
28 years.
Okay, so you know for a fact they're not going to say the whole statement of what she said before and what she said after. This is click. What this is click and cultural bait.
And she
all this is click and cultural bait. They want to put this up there. Why? So people will get all upset, take her out of context, and not say what she said before that and after that. And now all of a sudden she not black.
No.
I knew it existed. I knew it existed, but that shit hit different when it's done directly to you. That's it. That's all. And the moral of the story is that dude, the love that they had for each other was a great story because the dude dropped a title that 99% of people would never have dropped.
Yeah, and that's fine, but we're not talking about him. We talking about her. I'm not talking about him.
I get it. And I'm still okay. We'll still talk about her. It's if you're gonna take that and put it up there, it's just like what Dr. Umar is doing right now. They take shit and then they ridicule a person and they don't give the whole comment because it probably was a white person who took this comment out and knew he was gonna get black people kicked up. Because if that's the case, if you so bold, put the whole statement out there. Put the question, put how she answered the whole question. But to go at the girl, and we don't even know the first and last parts and what she was saying, and all she was doing was being honest. You can't be effing honest with people in this country anymore. Because what they'll do is if you say the honest truth, they will kill you for it. Even though it really happened. Even though I'm telling you what really, really happened. And people were like, well, you should be ashamed of you. How can I be ashamed of myself if I'm telling you what I really went through? This was my life. Shawnee, get out your feelings, Basil.
Oh, it ain't Basil. I'm about to say, Sheree saying it to you? Okay, it's Basil.
No, Sheree at work. She probably gone already.
My mom was watching the whole thing, and I was very interested that this dude, literally, they shut down. And I know it's not about him, but now.
Right, Stacey.
Debate got me.
I want to hear everything that she said, but no, that statement
you just finished calling the woman a bitch, and
I sure did. I absolutely did.
But how light skin privilege.
And you know
what? You're not informed.
And you know what I was doing? I was being honest about how I felt about that.
And you know what? We're gonna take that clip, and we're gonna take that clip.
I said I haven't seen this, but
we're not gonna put that on there.
Sometimes we retract what we say.
But we're not gonna put that on there. What we're gonna put is Shawnee Scott said that bitch and her white privilege, and we're never gonna put the part where you say, but to be honest, I may retract. But this is what they did to y'all.
Yeah, they go watch the show and see what else.
Was she treated like Tina Turner Sierra? I have no idea. I can't comment with y'all anymore. I only listen now because I'm always late to work. Okay. But at least you're honest about that.
Oh God!
But that's why. And listen, I don't understand. And a different.
Stacey saying because there are women that do that too. We talking to them. Yeah, it's that like every black woman that commented know exactly where I'm coming from. Because when I saw it, I was like, what? Wait a minute.
And every biracial people who told me, who I've talked to, they say we're not black enough to be black. We're not white enough to be white. So we got to figure which side we're going to be on that fits.
And this is for another day on that same lines, because this filmmaker is getting in trouble because he's replacing black people with biracial. And I was like, wait, y'all there already? Okay.
No. But that in itself, along with it. That in itself is this whole biracial thing. And
but I don't understand that one because, like I said, in that movie, it's black people. So I don't. But I don't understand why they came at him for that because Eddie Murphy, Nia Long, the girl that's playing their daughters, they're black. They black.
You know, like biracial people not black, but I guess the people want to see more dark skin.
Okay, well, maybe I say it like that. They're dark skinned black people, and then there are some black people that have a black mother, a black father, but their skin complexion is like Mike's or lighter. Their hair texture is different. It's a whole movie on that. On Netflix. I can't remember.
Trying to remind me of a Jigaboo. Oh, what versus the wannabes? The Spike Lee days? This back to school days?
In the school days.
I mean, but that's real. I mean, you're saying that to Shambi, and that is real. And a lot of dark-skinned women went through a lot. So that is very triggering. Even though I love that movie. But it
so a guy said it to you, if you were light skinned, I would like you got scarred by a dude saying they like a light skinned girl better than a dark skinned girl.
I did. It's not that I was scarred by a dude. This shit went on in my family. Okay. So it has nothing to do with that. We are taught that dark is bad and light is right. So the darker you are, the coarser your hair texture is, you're not as beautiful or you don't fit this certain standard. You know, the whole taking a paper bag out and putting it up against your skin, that's real. That's what I've experienced. Okay. Now, I get everybody didn't go through that. I mean, and And it's funny because the family that did that to me the most ended up with some stuff that they didn't think was gonna happen. I'm dark. My kids are light. Not that I, sit down and say, oh, I want light-skinned kids. Because if you talk to my kids, they'll tell you, oh, we want to be color our mom. They light because they daddy light. It just happened that way. They might get darker as they grow up. I don't know.
Or after they go on vacation or something.
Well, in the summertime, they tan up a little bit. But that, like what you talking about, Tashambi, that shit is real. It's real. And so when you sit there and watch somebody, or you've been told, well, you need to try to be more like this so you can be accepted, and you actually see people doing this shit, it's like, oh, so you're gonna be white today. This is what you're gonna do so you can get by. But me, I'm just over here.
So you see, the editor who put that comment up there knew exactly what he was going to trigger, or she knew exactly what they were going to trigger.
Absolutely.
And that's the unfairness about it, because when you're speaking honestly, and we're lazy, society's lazy. Society doesn't want to research what the person actually said in its full content. And it's a good story about it's always been the closer you are to white, the better according to society. It's sick and sad that we still fall for this shit from the slave days. That's a cute comment.
Comment up there.
Brought to you by Woke Up Inspired. A little under the weather, but the fact that Lady Q's commenting is a good sign. My grandmother was nicer to the lighter skinned kids. She was very light skinned, and I was told many times I was pretty for a brown skinned girl by black people. Yeah, I used to hear that. I used to hear that in high school. I didn't get it I understood the hair thing. Like my God rest their souls, my grandmothers were very into what's the hair like. Like my hair didn't fit the category. Like they blew dry my hair and went to the hair. There was and all that other stuff. But my hair naturally is like, I can't say it's nappy, but this is it when I wake up.
So you were accepted in all the, because I'm sure the joys of the world that watch all the light-skinned people, I'm sure they got their own stories of how they were, I guess, pushed aside, or like you said earlier, Mike, they didn't fit in certain groups. It's like, where do you go?
I got a lot of chicks just because I was light-skinned.
Too dark. For what? You got?
I got a lot of chicks in school. Every time I was a new kid in school, they was like, "You see the light-skinned boy," and I already knew I was in. It's sad, but I already knew I was already in. My dad's mother was Caucasian. My mom is dark-skinned, and me and my brothers are 3 different colors. Okay, well, that is y'all. Hey,
you got a quarter hair. You got a quarter.
I mean, it's the most obnoxious, dumb qualifications that I've ever heard of in my life. But it's something that's been around forever, and it's been just like everything else. People have been brainwashed for hundreds of years to believe this. Do black men go through the same kind of colorism? I'm telling you what, Jay Black's gonna catch it a lot rougher from a cop than I am.
But that's a cop. But are we talking about like just daily?
Jay Black's gonna catch it more from a white woman walking down the street with a pocketbook than I am.
And in your social circles, outside of the places where we expect it to happen. But I don't expect that to happen in my circle of friends. I don't expect that to happen from my family. You're my family member that is supposed that I'm thinking that you love me, but you got a problem with me, and I'm part of you because of my skin color.
Yeah, the racism in this, the colorism is thick. That is something that goes generations and generations and generations and generations, that people are told what is pretty and what is not. What is attractive and what is not. And it's sad that it's still here because people just don't get it. It used to always be like that in the dating world. Light-skinned girls were always winning. That is an absolute, it took a long time before somebody was portrayed in the movies and in society as beautiful. Even though I was always, I don't know, maybe I was always into brown-skinned women. But there's another one. But my mom is light-skinned, and was teased for her curly hair, light-skinned and freckles. She burnt her hair trying to get it a kinky fro. It happens on all sides. No, you're right. And it's how they were conditioned. Listen, in the sports podcast, when a basketball player plays weak, they say he's playing light-skinned. Like when Devin Booker from the Phoenix Suns is having a run right now where they think he might be the MVP. And on the show, they were like, yo, he playing real dark skin right now. Now, they was joking, but that's the running joke forever. That's always been the running joke. That goes back to slavery with the light-skinned Negroes being in the house and the dark-skinned Negroes being in the fields. With Don Page and dropped it all the way there. Where's that bomb, boy? Boy, let me tell you. I see you, Don Page.
No, I mean,
that's how they separated us and built that friction. Light is right. Dark skin you out in the field.
They even did. When my kids were, Carly was I think she was in kindergarten. They sent the little, paper home with the behavior. It was color. And black meant you had a bad day. And white meant you had a good day. She brought that folder home. I was up at that school the next day. I said, what we're not going to do is teach my daughter that black is wrong.
No,
you're not going to do that. Y'all going to do red, yellow, green, or you need to do 1, 2, 3, 4. But this is what we not going to do. And they changed it. And we didn't even think about that, Miss Scott. I said, yeah, because subconsciously you teaching these kids, these little kids gonna be out on the ground. Oh, you black. They really don't mean nothing by it, but they're being taught black is wrong. The darker it is, it's wrong.
And this is nothing factual. I'm just gonna say, I think the scariest part for America is that black men. Jay's complexion from Sidney Poitier to now Idris and Wesley Snipes and Michael Jordan, all that are desired by these women. Divide and conquer, still working to this day. Yes, Lady Q with a Q comment. Brought to you by Woke Up Inspired. I mean, it's an ignorant story. I shouldn't say ignorant story. It's an ignorant state that we're still in right now. Proximity to whiteness is as simple as colonialism. Yep. Afro Queen, drop that. Go ahead, girl. Girl, you paid attention. Go ahead. You paid attention. Stand down, Mike. You had your turn. Tashambi, you dark skin. Shut up.
He said it's our turn. We up next. That's funny.
No, we even the roles in movies, light skinned dudes got punked. Like I know for a fact, Christopher Williams will punch you in your face in real life, but not in New Jack City. They stabbed. In real life, Christopher Williams was down to beat your ass, but that's not the role he played. But all right, so speaking of light skin, dark skin, I don't know what Brittney. And you know what? Another thing, real quick, before we get this Brittney Griner started, I was really confused because what I thought was light skin wasn't light skin. Like they were like I thought certain women, I'd be like, well, she's not dark. They'd be like, no. I was like, ain't she light skin? I'd be way off.
Jacqueline.
Mm-hmm. I'd be way off. I don't know. Is Robin Givens dark or light skin? What is Robin Givens?
Brown.
He brown.
What is Gabrielle Union?
Brown.
Brown, absolutely brown.
Nia Long.
Brown.
But is she light brown or dark? Is she a dark skinned complexion woman? Is she dark? I don't know. I'm asking.
Light skin would be like Jasmine Guy, Holly Berry,
Maya.
They're light skinned.
We gotta play that Maya clip. All right. Well, I love all y'all. Brown skin, light skin, don't matter. If you got kinky hair, straight hair, whatever, it don't matter. If you dope, you dope. Morning. Oh, she's saying morning, everybody. All right, the big news. What time is it? It's 25 after the hour. What'd you say?
I said you Jay-Z. You just like girls. Huh?
Yeah, I'm a flaming heterosexual. I've never been like I don't have a type, but I guess brown skin has been the most consistent. Like that's
your type then. If you always date
I've never been like I'm dating you because you're brown skin. I'm dating you because
you just attracted to what you like. You just happen to be brown skin.
But I've dated like light skin. I've dated light skin. Like I've dated the Myers of the world. Like it's been like so. I don't know. Hopefully we'll get over it and go watch The Royal Family, whatever it's called over there. I just like the fact that the Royal Family is being called out for the historically racist family that they are. I like the fact that they're being exposed. I like the fact that the Boston Celtics played them when they came and they were sitting on the floor seats and they asked Jalen Rose, how did you feel? How was it like? Because you played in front of a lot of stars. How was it like playing in front of the Royal Family? And he was like, it's just another game. He said, just another game. give a about them. Then the coach said the royal family. I only know one royal family. He married Joseph. He went straight Bible. He said that's the only royal family I know. They was coming for the royal family's neck, and the media didn't know what to do with it. Like the media wanted to come at him, but they were like, "Why? I don't understand our obsession with the royal family." Like they were the main leaders in apartheid. I don't understand it, but we'll go to that anyway. In happy news, happy news,
happy news,
which is not going to be happy. Because just like everything else, and I predicted this, and if you go watch, go watch the sports podcast. I said this yesterday when we did the news. I said, listen to me. There are millions of people who are going to complain about Brittney Griner being released. Fox News has already jumped to it. Like Fox News, I already told you. And I already knew there was going to be a black person who was going to come on and say the conspiracy on why she got released.
Joe Biden brought Brittney Griner home because the Congressional Black Caucus couldn't go home for the holidays without a victory for black people. Joe Biden brought Brittney Griner home because the Congressional Black Caucus couldn't go home for the holidays without a victory. Joe Biden brought Brittney Griner home because the Congressional Black Caucus couldn't go home for the holidays without a victory.
Dr. Umar, who cares why they brought Brittney home? Dr. Umar, who cares why they brought Brittney home? Dr. Umar, who cares why they brought Brittney home? Dr. Umar, who the fuck cares why they brought Brittney home? Do you think her family gives a damn what agenda was? Do you think we're dumb enough to know there's not an agenda behind this? There's an agenda behind every decision that is made. Do you think Joe Biden didn't want this to happen during the midterm elections? Of course he did, because he knew that would give them a boost. Do you think Russia didn't allow her to come home during the midterm elections? Why? Because they didn't want to do Joe Biden a favor. Every decision has an agenda, but your agenda is to keep your profile up. You have to point something out to keep your propaganda going. And I agree with a lot of the stuff you say. I agree with a lot. But in this case, this is the full reach. We know she didn't come home out of the kindness of Joe Biden's heart. Do you think Joe Biden really stayed up at night? Do you think we believe that Joe Biden stayed up at night and couldn't sleep because Brittney Griner was in a Russian prison? No. Joe Biden was still drinking his whatever shots of liquor at night, chilling. He wasn't thinking about Brittney Griner. Do you think that was the only reason it came up? Because there's an agenda. I don't know the exact.
Richard got it. Richard got the reasons.
Joe brought her home because she's light-skinned.
Oh God.
So now you want to complain about Brittney Griner coming home. Now there's Black Caucus needed a victory. Since when did the Black Caucus become this powerful? First of all, I don't think Joe Biden gave a damn about the Black Caucus.
Well, he did. They need to support black people to have victories. We are in that political aspect of them trying to get people set up in key positions leading up to these upcoming elections and reruns. So they have to do more for black people as a whole.
Do whatever it takes to get that black woman at the most hideous prison that you could possibly be in, for whatever reason.
Because that other white boy, like, yo, why I'm still here though?
Yeah, the Marine is like, they only let her off because the Black Caucus needed a victory. Like, I get him saying it. Now, the irony about that is they had his brother on TV, and his brother said, we are disappointed, but we understand, because allegedly this guy was a spy. So he understands the rules to the game. He's disappointed, but the brother said, we understand.
What did Fox say? You said Fox jumped on it and had something to say.
Well, Fox is sitting there saying that the only reason the Marine was left behind was because of political reasons, just like Dr. Umar saying, and saying, was it worth letting go somebody who was that dangerous as an arms dealer? And I hope they vetted him, and I hope they got all the information. But they're going to flip this against Joe Biden. Just watch. Just watch.
But I was watching CNN, and Keisha Lance Bottoms, I think she was a former mayor in Atlanta. She's now a White House advisor. She had said on the show that the Victor guy only had like 6 years left. And Putin said it's either 1-for-1, take it or leave it. And if you only got 6 years left, you want to get something out of that versus them saying, well, all right, I'll let them, it's only 6 more years to go. So I don't know how true the 6 years is, but if you got less time, I can see how you gotta make a decision. And he's giving you 1-for-1 option. You want to take something, right? So
you're gonna take something. You're gonna take something that's gonna help you. Because listen, there's a Georgia when they did the runoff. I didn't know this because I don't live in Georgia, but Biden's popularity in Georgia is not good right now. They said they voted because they didn't want Herschel Walker in there. But they said, so maybe this is a ploy to try and get the black vote. It's always a ploy, people. It's always a ploy to get black votes. Mm-hmm. It's always Barack used the ploy to get black votes. They always use a ploy to get black votes. That's the only reason. That's the only time they care about black people.
Yeah, because they say
when they need votes. And Hispanic people, we're kind of different because we got the Cubans voting Republican. I don't even want to get into that whole thing. But it's always a ploy. So I don't get the redundant comment on they did it because they had another reason. Of course they did. I don't get it. I don't get what your poignant point.
They said, is it worth it? Because he was much more of a risk than she is to them. Mm-hmm. So they had the upper hand. So it should have been a 2-for-1. They're trying to outweigh what this guy Victor, his crimes and what he's capable of versus Brittney with a little bit of weed and the vape.
Yeah, of course. I'm surprised Putin. I'm surprised Putin even gave up the deal. Honestly, I'm surprised he didn't keep her there just to keep Biden looking crazy.
And they said, "What's to stop Putin now from just scooping up other people?" All right, now I got more leverage.
Well, some of the other players came out and said they ain't playing over there no more.
Dog, let me tell you something. Somebody said Brittney Griner should do a world tour. If I'm Brittney Griner, I will never have my passport stamped ever again. I'm not going anywhere out this country. I'm not even going to foreign restaurants south of the border or anything like that. I'm not going anywhere that has to do with being out this country. You're not getting me to go out there because I realize the potential. Getting arrested outside the country is a whole nother level of scariness. Stamp this comment as proof. Trump is eventually going to say that he was responsible for her release to help him if he run again. Dog, I wouldn't be surprised.
He's a good guy. He's a good guy, Putin. And I had a conversation and we discussed it.
I talked to him. This had nothing to do with Sleepy Joe. This had nothing to do with Sleepy Joe. This is all my influence. And guess what? His true followers will sit there and go like, yeah, this had to. If he says that, they'll believe him. They'll believe him. But she's home. And then somebody said, do you think the WNBA will be able to capitalize off of this if she comes back and plays because it'll raise the ticket sales for her games? Let me tell you who shouldn't be able to exploit this is the freaking WNBA, who told their players not to talk about this for weeks. They told them, they put the muzzle on them. Now, of course, she has to play because she got to make money. And of course, her ticket sales are going to go up. Like, people may go. But let's remember, there are millions of people who don't agree with Brittney Griner being released. Millions. Those 50 million that voted for Trump or whatever outrageous number, 80 million, 90 million, whatever the outrageous number, that percentage of people are sitting there going, why did we do all this to get this N-word back?
And she's a free agent next year. Her deal was for 3 years for $220,000. So she's gonna make some real bread next year when she
resigns. $220,000 a year, right?
No, 221. That was her deal. Oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah. It's 664 for 3 years. So it's two. She made 200,000 a year, 200,000 a year, and then her contract is up in 2023. So she's gonna sign. She's gonna make more than that, then, right? More than 600.
Yeah, she got to make more than that. But the problem is, you know what I'm saying? Like, once she got to get on the court now for ticket sales to go up. Because in a few weeks, we're going to forget about this. She's going to be a regular person again until she does the interview with whoever.
No, she's going to be known. She's it. Like, she, for the rest of her career, she's always,
this news cycle.
Nah, this one ain't going away for her. She's always going to be Brittney Griner. 2
she's
years from now, she's always going to be known for the one that was captured.
It's not going to affect anything financially for the WNBA. It's not going to affect anything financially for the WNBA. 2 years from now, it's going to be it's going to be something that happened.
Nah.
Oh, who's the rapper who got locked up and we forgot about him? A$AP Rocky. We forgot all about him getting locked up outside the country.
But it wasn't the same as this Brittney aspect. People really cared and was following Brittney more so than A$AP Rocky.
She's gonna do an interview. She's gonna do a Lifetime movie, and then
America with TJ and
she's gonna do Morning America, and TJ will be allowed to come back for that because he's black, and they'll let him come off a suspension because he's not dark skinned black, but he's like a light creamy black, and they'll bring him back, and then he'll do the interview or whatever. Or she'll be on the view. She'll do the media tour. She's gonna do the whole media tour. She'll be on the Jimmy Fallon's, but she better capitalize now. Because I'm telling you, a year from now, we'll still know what happened, but she's not going to financially be able to gain off of that unless she goes on a speaking tour and she becomes a public speaker and she's an inspirational, motivational speaker where she goes around saying, you can do anything. You can beat anything. I was in a Russian prison. Hey, that's a good story. Yeah, and that's real. That's a good story. So, WNBA. I mean, I try to watch WNBA. I've been watching it like in the playoffs last year, but I'm just, shout to them. I mean, they dope, but I don't know. I think there's just too much basketball. After I watched the NBA for that long, because there's like 1 trillion games of NBA. I'm damn near not watching the NBA till after Christmas. All right, so what we got after this? Anything else?
Kids snitching. Have your kids ever snitched on you?
Oh, thank you, Shawnee. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
What is it now? What's going on?
Have your kids ever snitched on you?
Have your kids ever snitched on you to a significant other or an ex? Have they ever snitched? This has happened to a lot of people. What if they infected her with the virus to spread? Sounds crazy, but damn, Tashawn, wow, you went hard with that.
You went hard with that conspiracy there. Take this back.
Somebody already put on TikTok that she's a clone. That's not her.
She's a clone.
Real talk. And the TikTok person had me looking at her. I was like, "What? She don't look." Shawnee heard me. I was like, "How did she come out of prison?
Her skin clear."
I said, "Why her skin so clear? They was moisturizing in the Russian prison." Nikki White Chocolate said, I seen a post that said Russia got the best of that exchange. They got a made man, a mob boss. We got a tall
Oh my God, Nikki. But she didn't say that. That's what TikTok.
Morning.
That's what somebody on TikTok.
Good morning, Nikki.
That's how she come in. She come in hot. Good morning. All right.
All right, so I'm gonna show y'all this video now. Whether you believe this is a skit or not, the reason why I told Shawnee, because Shawnee was like, "Yeah, he's an actor. He does a whole bunch of skits," but this skit is relevant because this has happened. This has happened in my life.
Okay.
All right, play this video where the little kid was a snitch. She or he.
Hey, why are you packing your stuff? What do you mean you're leaving?
So your baby daddy spent the night over here last night?
No, what are you talking about?
Your daughter just came down here. And she said he spent the night and y'all all slept in the bed together.
No, babe. She just saw him this morning at like 6 o'clock.
She saw him this morning at 6 o'clock?
Yes.
Do I look stupid to you?
No, babe, you don't.
Do I look stupid to you?
No.
You don't remember you told me he ain't no morning person, so now he just getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning?
He just came to bring me some money.
What money? You said he broke. Now he got some money to bring you at 6 o'clock. I'm good, bro.
Why are you believing what a 5-year-old say?
Because why she gotta lie? Why she gotta lie? She lying?
Babe.
She lying?
Yes.
Alea.
Babe, don't bring my daughter into this.
She already in it. She's the key witness.
Nah, don't bring my daughter into this.
Good, bro. Good. Y'all want to be a family to be a family.
Babe, are you crying?
No, don't worry about what I'm doing.
Babe, come on now.
Y'all want to be a family? Then be a family.
You gonna take her pump? You really gonna take her pump?
He gave you some money, right?
Yeah.
Go buy another pump then.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Go buy another pump then.
Okay, so this how you finna act?
You want to be a family, be a family.
You gonna take my cereal?
Yeah.
You really finna take my cereal too? You are something else. You really are. You really are. Like, I don't got time for this, for real.
I don't have time for it.
I don't. You know what? It's okay. Bye. Bye.
Oh,
he said she's a key witness.
A 5-year-old. She's the key witness. Dog, I ain't laughed that hard behind the scenes in a minute.
That is hilarious. But it's real talk. A kid has no reason to lie. Like, kids will just come out, they will say the darndest things, like that Bill Cosby show. They will come out their face. I said, my dad was here this morning. My dad stayed over. We all slept. Why would a little 5-year-old say we all slept in the bed?
And you told me he ain't no morning person. So what is he doing up?
Yeah, he ain't no morning person. I'm taking a pump. You said he gave you some money. Buy a new pump.
Frosted Flakes too. I'm taking it all. I don't care. I want it all.
I'm out. My kids never snitched, but when I was 16, my dog took a used condom wrapper to my parents that I used when I was in their bed. Damn, Don Page, you had that dog. It was a snitch.
On you.
Jesus.
Kids ain't got no reason to lie. That's why it's so difficult to deal with people. And we at that age where everybody got somebody else. Everybody got an ex. Like that situation is so real. The comedian Mojo Brooks from Chicago. Okay, thank you, Super.
Mojo Brooks. Okay.
But that happens. The most ruthless thing to do, and this is the hardest thing to do, is try and figure out if the person you're with is still smashing out every once in a while with the person they used to be with. It's the hardest thing to figure out, especially if they're cordial. If they're cordial, that's even a better, because they have already accepted that they're not going to be together. They don't want to be together. But if they want to smash, how can you really prevent it? That means when the child gets dropped off, you got to have rules. That child ain't never. If you paranoid like that, you got to make rules. When the child gets dropped off, I'm here. When you go take the child over there, we going to take the child over there.
It's insecure, Mike.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, Mike.
She or he got an event. We all going to the event.
Mm-hmm. What time we gotta be there? You're supposed to trust your partner, Mike.
Well, there's nothing
That's
wrong
your
with
foundation. Your foundation of your relationship is not set up properly, Mike.
There's nothing wrong with everybody going to the event.
In my Batman voice, fuck that.
Why everybody can't go to the event?
Exactly. Everybody going to the event.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
And don't slide over don't think you're gonna slide over to see your kids without telling somebody before you come over.
I was in the area.
I'm just telling you, if I live in the house, don't come knocking on his door by surprise when I'm not here. Call me insecure all you want.
Oh, well, I think it's if somebody living in the house or not, that's just common courtesy. You just don't pop up on nobody.
They're gonna say that's little penis energy, Mike.
No, I don't give a damn. Then call me 2-inch.
That's the promo.
Call me 2-inch. If that's little penis energy.
141.
I'm not playing.
Oh God.
And that goes for the baby moms too, because the baby moms will be like, well, if my kid is here, I'll stop over whenever I want. Pause. No, you won't. So we going to the parent-teacher conference tonight. Yeah, so we going to the parent-teacher conference tonight.
We want to discuss this report card together.
Absolutely. We ain't playing them games. First of all, I wouldn't even have made that fuss that he made. I wouldn't even have made that fuss. I would have just packed my stuff and been gone. Like, I ain't got no rap for you at 51 years old. I don't even want to have to call you out your name. I don't want to have to degrade you. I don't want to have to give you the business. I don't even want to do that. I'm just leaving. And please don't ask me why. Don't be like, well, why are you leaving?
Why wouldn't you have a conversation that the kids said that? Because sometimes
that sounds exhausting.
Be saying stuff because they don't like you.
Right. Well, then I don't need to be there to begin with. The kids don't like. Let me tell you who I'm trying to be nice to your children, because that's my natural way of being. But let me tell you what I'm not doing backflips. They don't like me. You gotta straighten that out. I'm being nice. Like, I'll take y'all to go get ice cream. We can play. We can do whatever. Like, whatever. But who's not coming over?
You're being extreme.
I'm being extreme. Don't knock on this door. Even if I'm home, I'm like, dude, what you doing here? And if I find out that she got the call and she didn't tell me that he was coming, we got another problem.
That's my child's father, Mike.
Give a fuck.
He wanted to bring them some McDonald's or something, but then he just end up chilling with us. He dropped off some food and ended up staying.
Hell no. Nah. We taking him over there and you got him. Okay. Have your interactions.
And he saw my light was out and he ended up helping change his bulb.
Yeah, you better leave that bulb undone. That bulb better not be fixed until I get home. I wish he would fix something in the house.
But you're not a handyman.
Once again,
you're not a handyman.
Look, that sink is gonna stay broke till we pay somebody to fix it. I wish this son of a bitch would be under my sink in the bathroom, legs sticking out. He got a cold beer on the sink.
That she brought him, right?
That she brought him. Well, I was just giving him something to drink because I was just bringing him something.
He was saving us some money by fixing this. So I figured he liked beers. So
we ain't fixing nothing.
He one of my beers.
And let me tell you something. And let me tell you why I'm a fraud. I sit back and watch. I've been in this. I sit back and watch. I don't say nothing, right? I sit back and observe, right? The conversations on how you talk to this dude on the phone. This is when we just building, right? We just building. And I'm sitting there going, yeah, that's a problem. In my mind, I'm like, she's still fucking him. Let me hear you giggle on the phone. Let me hear you giggle. I'm like, that's a problem. Yeah, that's a problem. Yeah. But and then, have little conversations and you still, you're not calling him dad. You calling him by his name. No, you still call him because like if I'm saying I'm gonna say that's the mother of my twin, that's the mother of my twin. I'm like Stacy called, me and Stacy.
What you mean you calling him dad? Who's calling him dad? What do you mean?
No, I'm just saying when y'all still talking to each other like y'all friends on the phone and everything. To me that puts up the spidey senses. Now I'm alert. If I hear giggling on the phone and you walking around the house like this with your cell phone like this, and you're like, oh, energy, Mike. It's a lot.
Too much energy you're putting into it. You're supposed to just trust your partner, Mike. You're thinking too much. You're putting too much pressure.
Let me expose something. Let me pull the curtain back. Jay Black gets killed for being Jay Black on this show. I am Jay Black also.
You are very much. That's why I'm like, come on, Mike. You really want to do that?
I just.
Oh, Charlie had the big hand for that one. Okay.
Yeah.
And don't let me get some alcohol in my system. Like I'm Jay Black like this, but I'm a watch. I'm a watcher. I observe. I observe everything. Like this is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to watch. And then speak up on it in a calm way. This is what I'm trying to build on. Speak on it in a calm way. Lady Q, so you would allow a man to tell your ex when you can see your kids. You can't drop off nothing to your kids without an appointment. Yes, I'm going to call first. I'm going to call because I got respect for their relationship.
Common courtesy. Even if she's single, even if he's single, I'm not going to just pop up.
But see, when people make that statement, that means they're still, when people, not Lady Q, when people make that statement in that situation, when they be like, I'm not making appointments with him to see my kid, that's because you still smashing.
That's not true.
Yeah, because if you wasn't smashing, you would just respect their relationship. Say, what's so hard to just go like this? Pick up the phone and call.
Like, even if they not in a relationship, like even, don't just, because I'm like that by my house. If I'm single, if I'm with somebody, don't just pop up in my house. Anybody, call me before you come. Call and make sure that it's even okay for you to come. So that's what I'm like. It's just a common courtesy. You should call before you go anyway.
If kids are old enough, you most likely communicate with the kids directly. So how does that work? Yeah, then the kids are understanding. They listen. When I'm in that house, them kids are going, no, you better go tell him that they're gonna walk right over and tell him.
The kids have to ask you first before they coordinate.
They're not asking it. They're making it aware. They're making me aware that this person is coming over.
Hey, my dad's gonna be coming over.
My kids have to ask me, is it okay if dad comes and da 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 da?
Well, your kids wouldn't know you're crazy. Your kids would know your crazy levels or your boundaries, your limitations. So they would already be aware. Let me make sure that this is
don't, because we went through that. They, thought, well, I told my dad I don't care. This is my house. I pay. And then the same thing for his house. I don't go over there. But if I had to, if it was something that I had to take them there, then I would do the common courtesy thing. Hey, is it okay if I drop the girls off to you something? But I'm not just gonna pop up and be like, here your kids.
Ta-da.
Yeah, don't be at the birthday dinner sitting next to each other, and I'm not there.
There's the happy couple. They trying to reunite their family. They trying to get their family back together.
I mean, usually if the couple is apart, if they've been apart, they ain't cozy like that. No way. I mean, when we go for the girls, me and their dad ain't coming up. Even in the pictures, we not even next to each other.
Listen, man, me and Stacey barely sat next to each other when we was together. So,
what?
And the picture, make sure them kids in between y'all, because I got pictures with Stacey on one side, me on the other side for the Sweet 16. I mean, I'm cool with that. Y'all gotta take a picture. The kids want a picture with their parents.
Yeah, so it's
they want a picture with their parents. Like, go ahead, take the picture. You know, we good.
All right.
We good. But kids snitching. So let me see if somebody's up. I don't know if I can tell this story right now. What time is it?
It's 7:50.
51.
All right, so I got snitched on. So when am I still gonna say this story? No, but I got snitched on. I'm not gonna say this.
Oh, you had the story you about to share. I got snitched.
But I don't feel like it was a snitch because I said
told the story before. We've kind of heard the audience is familiar with it.
So when Monty was born, I was there, and I said this. I believe I said this because I signed a birth certificate, which means I had to be there.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess the person didn't think of that. And Monty was telling a story how Dad said when I was born, and they were like, Dad said when you were born, Dad was there.
He wasn't supposed to be in there.
And she was like, yeah. And then I got a phone call. I was in Texas, and they was like, so, and the person was mad, but wasn't mad. My ex was mad, but wasn't mad. It was more like she was joking, but I ain't take it as a joke. She was like, oh, you in trouble. I was like, I'm in trouble for what? And she said, oh, so you were there when Monty was born? I said, yep. Once again, that YUP.
Yep. The shut down. No, I'm not dancing.
I'm not dancing. Yep. But that's just a story that kids would tell. Like kids would tell a story, and you may not have told the whole entire story. And the story comes out, and that's where kids are great snitches. And sometimes don't put it past kids, because sometimes kids will snitch and lean on the fact that they're a kid. And I don't mind it. Like if you're trying to expose something, I don't mind. I'm like, go ahead, because I'm gonna say, yup. Dad was at the Wawa. This girl came up to him, was chit-chatting. I know my girls are snitching. When I was in a relationship, I knew my girls were coming back to say that we was at the Wawa, and somebody came up to me, and then because I explained it, then when I get in the car, they would be like, "Who's that?" I was like, "That's a high school person. I went to high school with that person." And I already know when we come home that the first thing my girls are gonna say is, "Guess who we saw?"
We saw Miss Such and Such.
Yeah, we saw Miss Such and Such.
Went to school with Daddy.
But you gotta be like, yup, I did. Even if you smashed the person before, like you may have smashed the person in high school, what you gonna do in front of the kids? You gonna try and like disrespect her? Like you gonna try and brush her off? Like that's gonna look even crazier.
Did they exchange phone numbers to keep in touch? It was something about a reunion. That's what he was trying to tell us.
Something about a reunion. They hugged each other. By the way, it was a side hug. I gave her the shoulder. So Shabby said, my son's mother has always been an interference in all our prior relationships because of our closeness in public and family events. Ooh, that's a problem.
Tashambi's part of the problem.
My son's mother.
There should be some boundaries. I mean, y'all should get along. And y'all should be able to be cordial, but there should
because of our closeness. Okay.
What kind of closeness?
What kind of closeness we talking about?
I'm reading between that.
What kind of closeness we talking? What we doing here? That's the hardest thing, man. We about to wrap up, but that is the absolute hardest. Ooh, man. All y'all who is still smashing out your ex and y'all in a committed relationship, man, y'all foul because y'all not playing a fair game. Y'all not playing a fair game because it's impossible when y'all got kids. Like no matter how paranoid a person is, if y'all want to make it happen, y'all can make it happen. Like it can be any excuse. It could be anything. It just is impossible. That's why it's such a dangerous game. That's why, guys, don't get mad. Just leave. Don't put on a whole show. Just leave. Just be out once you find that open communication with each other. Okay, that's a good term. I like that open communication.
That's open. Oh, you heard me.
I'm through with you. I'm through with you. I ain't interested in revisiting.
Yeah, that. I mean, I'm not saying you're not telling the truth, but man, if I heard that once, I heard that a million times. I ain't going. Why would I go backwards? I'm going forward. You going backwards because he hitting you from the back. That's why you going backwards. I got my oldest daughter a phone when she was 11, so I don't have to deal with her mother. Very good, Don Page. Very good. Very
but
good.
you still have to deal with her mom because the mom has to make the. Look.
No, everything goes to that's too much responsibility for the child to be dealing with the bridging the gap. Blah 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 blah.
About what we need to do.
I'm with you, Don.
You talk to me and just I don't want to talk to you either. But this is,
And then it becomes complicated even in that situation when your kid is that young because you don't know what's being. Now you got to read the text messages because you don't know what's being texted to that person, to your child.
Kids at that age, they are very manipulative. So y'all being Now you got to talk to me because we went through that too. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. 11-year-old make a decision over here. You got to talk to me. I don't want to talk to you either. It ain't got to be long. Say what you got to say. I'm gonna give you the answer and we keep it moving.
And then it's crazy because. I'm trying to think. Because one day I'm going to be in this situation. Thank God my kids are 16. So they'll be old. By the time this happens, they're already old enough to let me know if something ain't right going. Because you want to know if the other person that has been brought in is treating your kids right. So I'm going to ask the question, like, is everything good? Like, I mean, is everything good? Because I need to know. Like, if anything is making you feel uncomfortable.
Man, just that thought of that.
Me and her mother couldn't get along, and I got tired of all the argument. Okay, I see you in therapy right now, Don Page. Go ahead, express yourself, homie.
Just thought of the twins with like that don't even feel right.
But it's something you got to prepare yourself for. But I'm glad they're old enough where I know that if they're uncomfortable about anything, that they can come. They know they can come tell me. But I would reinforce it.
You need to stay single a couple more years.
That's some I'm sorry.
To avoid a problem and to have me comfortable and have me.
Okay, well then you the one that chose to leave. You could have.
Whoa! I ain't choose to leave. I was evicted.
If you want my help,
you could have fought harder to keep us together as a unit. But don't tell me after you done left and your girl's gonna be around somebody else that's a problem for you because you taking them around hoes. So whatever, miss me with that.
No, my kids ain't. But I ain't gonna get into this with y'all.
But anyway, yeah, just that thought.
You gotta get a stupid dummy. You gotta pick a stupid dummy.
Oh, so the stupid dummy of the week. We had the girl who got locked in. What'd you say? What'd you say?
Don't worry about it. Lady Q being Lady Q.
What the F she gotta make you comfortable? Oh, Lady Q, she's feeling better. That's a Q comment from Lady Q. Brought to you by Woke Up Inspired. She's feeling better. She got her energy back. That's what I'm talking about.
You got a minute. So stupid dummy of the week.
Girls snatched the phone in the repair shop. She got locked in because the dude locked the door. The woman who posted her airline ticket and somebody actually canceled it because the person had no life. Or the person who shot the dog walker and is doing 21 years in jail.
It's obvious for me, right? For you, Shawnee.
Who do you got, Shawnee? Who do you got?
The little girl that tried to snatch and grab.
Jay Black, who do you have?
Facts, the little girl with the cell phone.
But she's not doing 21 years in jail for stealing a dog.
No, for a stupid dummy to think you can snatch a phone and run out of the store because after they fix it,
and call your mama and lie.
They call the mom and lie. That whole
he
secret.
Called the police on me, and you can't even explain why the police are coming. This man ain't just called the police on you.
All right. Well, since it's 2 out of 3, I'm going to go with the majority's democracy here. The winner of Stupid Dummy of the Week is the girl who snatched the phone and tried to dash off after it was repaired, and he locked the door and locked her in. And the mother came, allegedly from our sources, and came and gave her the business. And not only was she the stupid dummy for trying to run and shaking the door as if it was going to unlock if she shook it a few times, but she's also a stupid dummy because the man gave her an out. He said, if you give me the screen back, you won't go to jail. And she didn't. So that is our stupid dummy of the week. Yes, it is. That is our stupid dummy of the week. She gave it a lame clap.
Yeah,
all right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a great week. Shout out to Lady J for joining us. Shout from Dave Williams from AT&T for joining us this week. We'll have more guests. We're actually going to reach out to Angela Yee. I'm sending a text to Angela Yee to see if we can get her as a guest. So that is not a definite guest. That is a potential. In spades, that is a potential. That is a maybe. We might have her. We'll see what happens. I'm going to send a text today. Everybody have a great weekend. Please make it to Monday. Don't wild out. Don't get drunk and then get in the car. Just Uber or Lyft or do something like that. Don't roll the dice with a chick that you're not in a significant relationship and try and do the pull-out technique, or you just say, I'm just gonna sit in this because she's pretty and she light-skinned. Don't do that to yourself. Everybody, love me for who I am, not who you want me to be, because I can never be that, and understand there's only one thing in life that's guaranteed. It will end. So enjoy every minute, every second. You fight for everything in life. Fight for your happiness, and never, ever let anybody take it from you.
Nope.
We're gone. Rodney Perry's up next. Yeah, y'all.
Michael Shawn and the Takeover Legend, where the truth hurts, but also makes you laugh.
Baby, tap in.